What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe No Days Off DFS here to bring you a quick NBA breakdown. Your boy got a smidge bit of time this morning. I woke up early for you guys just to be able to try to get this video out real quick. I'm not gonna lie, I was up because I had to do some other stuff, but hey, I'm up. I said, you know what, I got a little bit of time for me to be able to try to record this real quick, get it rendered and upload it for you. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and fly through all this stuff. If you guys new here, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the content your boy drops over here on the channel, and drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos content help you guys win some money. What's up, mama? My bad. As you guys can see, got to get kids ready for school in the morning as well. So real quick, a recap for last night. My night went to shit, complete shit. Got cute, was trying to fit, was trying to be able to play my boy Giannis on top of trying to fit the studs in right, and it just went left for me completely went left. Cam Whitmore, he played but just didn't do enough. The Miami Heat trolling for the fact that they went ahead and they started Paris Larson, who barely has played so far in the season, but then of course he goes out there and he drops a 30 bomb at min price. So that was the true value that I should have had last night. Fontecchio didn't do bad, 19 fantasy points, but then Jaime Hawkins Jr., he went out there, he killed it, he crushed, looked amazing. Colin Sexton did pretty good. This late game, it should have never been on the slate, to be honest. There was no, if you stayed up on the East Coast to watch that game, I'm sorry, it was wasting your damn time. Looking at the injury report for today, Houston Rockets still without Freddie V and Dorian Finney-Smith. Toronto without Jakob. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland still out. Max Strus is out, and so is Sam Morrell. We probably will see Jalen Tyson get moved to the start lineup. I highly doubt we will see Lonzo starting. Like, there's no way that they do that. Over here for Boston, just keep an eye on Jaylen Brown. He's probable to play. For Orlando and Detroit, really, Karis LeVert, Asur Thompson, those are the two that we want to pay attention to in regards to their statuses going into this game. Atlanta, Kristaps Porzingis, he's back, looks like he's good to go. Ricochet, who's missed the last two games, he's probable. For the Brooklyn Shitters, for them, Zaire, he's questionable, but he's been playing off the bench, so if he's out, Brooklyn's a mess, but really, there's only two people that we got to pay attention to over on Brooklyn, truly, if we're being honest. The Sacramento Queens, they're playing, they played last night, they got beat by my Thunder. They literally led the whole game. They led the whole game until the fourth quarter. And then, of course, like champs do, we came back and we went ahead. We won that thing. But big thing to pay attention to for the Queens, pay attention to their starting lineup. They started Russell Westbrook last night. No telling. He actually played pretty good. So there's no telling if they do it again. Kobe White is still out for Chicago. So that's that over there. Indiana Pacers, I feel so bad for them. The injury bug has hit them hard already to start the season. Now they lost Obi Toppin for like a month or something like that, but then Mathurin is going to be out for a hot minute. TJ McConnell, of course, they already don't have him. Nembhard's already been ruled out. Cam Jones is out. They did sign our boy Matt McClung, three-time slam dunk champ, is now signed to them. They waived James Wiseman. It is crazy. A top overall pick, James Wiseman, is no more. But so pay attention to that right there. And McClung signed a multi-year deal, so there's no telling. I mean, he could be their TJ McConnell for them, if we're being honest. For the Dallas Mavericks, I want to say both bigs are, Gafford and Lively. They are doubtful to play. Anthony Davis, he's probable. And I think Cooper Flag got hurt or something last game going up against Thunder, but it looks like he might be good to go. Pelicans, we got to know about that Zion Williamson news because that is big for us to know whether or not if he's going to be in or out. It's going to mess with the starting lineup once again. For the Denver Nuggets, Cam Johnson, he's questionable to play as well. If he's out, then it's just going to be probably more minutes for like Peyton Watson or something like that. Portland Trailblazers versus Utah. This right here might be a really great late night hammer. Utah's been playing some pretty decent ball, and so has the Portland Trailblazers. Drew Holiday being over there, he's really whipping those young guys into shape and getting them to play the correct way and stuff like that. So pay attention. Well, not pay attention, but this could be a decent game right here. Nurk off the bench looks like he's questionable over here for them, but really no news over here for Portland except for Thibault. That's it. Head on over to DraftKings, the site I play the most on the site. If you guys don't have an account, you want one, check the link down in the description box below so you guys get that deposit match bonus and join your boy over here on the King. First game we got Cleveland. For Cleveland, luckily we got first game of the slate. We will have the news in regards to what's going on over here for who they're going to start. I do imagine that it will be Tyson probably will get the start over here for them. Hunter, he's going to be back, but of course he's already been one of the stars that they have that they're rolling out there. Going up against Boston team, they're actually playing pretty well inside the interior, but Jared Allen, I definitely don't mind going over here to him. A lot of the usage, of course, is going to come from Donovan Mitchell. He goes right here. It's Spider. He does what he does. Definitely you can mess with that, but I will say Evan Mobley, I really do like the upside for him. Decent usage going on right now for the year. We know that he can do pretty much stuff stat sheet. He can score, he can rebound, and definitely can get some assists and those defensive stats as well. If that three ball is actually able to fall from him, which we've seen he's taking them, he's just not really making them. Definitely wouldn't mind looking towards him as a potential option over here for Cleveland, especially if a lot of attention ends up going towards Evan Mobley or if Jared Allen gets himself into foul trouble. But one of these two bigs, I definitely do feel like both of them, they're in a really great spot to be able to actually excel and have a good game. Jared Allen, we've only had, what, I'd say 2 decent games so far in the year. That one crap game to start, and this is probably, I'd say, more of a true floor for Jared Allen when we look at him. Center so far going up against Boston, they've actually played pretty well outside of the last game for the Pelicans going up against them. But Jalen Duren, 51 fantasy points, Karl Towns, 51. Am I correct? Hold on. Yeah, I had to check myself for I was like, wait a minute, Towns. But Karl Towns, he's played pretty well going up against them as well. So definitely either one of those guys. And then depending on what they do in regards to the starter over there for Cleveland, if it's going to be Tyson, that's decent value. And then if you want to, definitely we can look towards Lonzo as a potential option that we can get to over here as well, especially at the 4,500 price tag. I feel like his minutes have been pretty solid so far in the year. And if he can actually score, he definitely can give us a better outing because he is a really great playmaker whenever he's out there, and he brings it on the defensive side as well. Flipping over here for Boston, if Jaylen Brown is out, which it looks like he's going to be probable, so I'm not even going to go down the route. Jaylen Brown, he's in. I mean, it's JB. He's got all the uses right now between him, Peyton Pritchard, Derek White being out there. Those guys are really running it. I will say they did start Minot, believe his name, Minot, last time out, and he played amazing. I would love to see if he was to get the start again. I'm not going to expect the same 32.2 fantasy point outing, but he did look good in preseason. He's looked good the last 2 games for them. So definitely something to keep an eye on. If they were to go ahead and let him get the start, that would definitely be a big plus right there for them. Being out there, opposing power forwards, depending on what spot, if he's going to actually be out there playing at the 4, they've actually done pretty well going up against Cleveland so far to start the year. Giannis dropped a nice good old 80 bomb on him out there. Michael Porter Jr., he had a nice 49 fantasy points on him. So definitely something to pay attention to right there for depending on who gets to start over here at that power forward spot. Definitely would be a bad value right there. Of course, Derek White, value, I mean not value, but Derek White is Derek White. The uses, the assists, the scoring, everything that he has to do out here for him. If you're not going to get Jaylen Brown, we're looking at Derek White as a potential option. We can get to Peyton Pritchard. I have never been a fan of playing Peyton Pritchard because whenever I click that name, I promise you, he forgets how to shoot. He forgets how to do everything out there on the court. So definitely be my guest. Go ahead. 6,600, not a bad option over here. We know that the usage is pretty condensed over there. 6,200 for Anthony Simons though. I don't feel like this is really a spot that I want to get to. He's playing off the bench. His minutes will get cut if he's not shooting lights out like what he did last time going up against the Pelicans. It was the Pelicans. He finally took 17 shots, 9 of 17, 6 of 13 from the field. I personally am not going to go in and bet on that and chase it right there for him. I just think the price is not something that I want to chase, especially on this size of a slate. Orlando taking on the Detroit Pistons. Looking at this side, Detroit has not looked great to start the year in regards to their defense. So really, of course, we know a lot of this starts out with Paolo, Franz, and of course they added Desmond Bane. Paolo, I do think this is a pretty great spot for him, going right back over here, coming off a back-to-back really decent games, 53 and 44 fantasy points. I definitely do not mind going over there to get to him. Tobias Harris is not scaring me over there on the defensive side. Franz, we know that if Paolo doesn't pop off, Franz has to go out there and do it, but the only problem with Franz that I do say is that Franz, he's more reliant on scoring in order for him to actually give us a nice, decent fantasy point outing. Paolo, we get lucky in regards to actually getting some rebounds, some defensive stats, and the playmaking that he actually still can go out there and do. Especially with Jalen Suggs still being limited, they're slowly working Suggs back in. We are still able to see some playmaking abilities and duties going to some of these other players like Desmond Bane and Paolo Banchero. 8,500 for Paolo, especially if we can go out here and drop me in 40, 45, 50 in this spot. I do not mind that at all for Paolo at that price tag. Desmond Bane, 6,800, not bad at all. I would rather play Desmond Bane than go into play Anthony Simons when it comes down to it. He's going to play the minutes. He's going to be out there starting, and we have yet to have like that big Desmond Bane game truly to me when he's out there. Wendell Carter Jr. is in a good spot going up against Jalen Duren. We know Duren can get himself into foul trouble, and opposing centers versus the Detroit Pistons have played well so far to start the season. I definitely don't mind it. He has not shot the ball well at all. He hasn't. 4 of 7, 1 of 7, 2 of 4, 2 of 5. Finally taking a couple more shots, but also getting those rebounds out there, playing decent minutes. This was a big thing last year. We weren't getting these solid minutes for him being out there on the court. So he's playing 30 minutes a night. He's out there, double threat when it comes down to it. Jalen Duren, I would hope Jalen Duren is one to get himself into foul trouble, not Wendell Carter Jr. Definitely wouldn't mind going towards Wendell as a play. And then Anthony Black, long as Suggs is still working his way back, we are seeing Black get good run. 28 and 23 fantasy points out there in his last 2 games. 4K, decent option as a value play that you can get to over there for the Orlando Magic. Detroit for them, Cade Cunningham, 9-9, 9-9 for Cade. But it's Cade. The team is on his back. The team is his. Cade's going to do what he got to do in order for them to actually try to win the game. Yeah, potentially. You can mess with that. 9-9. I'm not too sure if we want to go that close to a Jokic price or something like that, but it's definitely in the realm if you stack this game for whatever reason you want to stack the Magic. I will say opposing point guards versus Orlando have actually cooked so far in the year, so that is a spot you can go to. Jalen Duren, if he can keep out of foul trouble, he is a beast when he's out there. If he can stay out of foul trouble, that's the only problem and issue that we have to worry about with Jalen Duren when it comes down to it at the end of the day. Outside of that, Amen Thompson, if he is going to be doubtful, not play, I know we left that last game, then probably maybe we're going to see some decent run for like Ron Hollins. Ron Hollins would be someone I could possibly look at as a potential option. Karis LeVert, like what we're looking at right there. Duncan Robinson, he's out there. He's chucking away. He's chucking. Not someone I want to really honestly play. Really, there's not too much that I like over here for Detroit outside of looking at just Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren as a GPP option. K would be the safer play when it comes down to it. If a man's going to be out, Tobias Harris could get a boost in regards to like his rebounding and things of that nature. And of course, what he already has to do out there on the scoring side of the ball. But really, it's really just Cade over here for me. And then, yeah, I'm not going to get too cute. Atlanta, for the guys that are questionable, I do expect for them to play. Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, Kristaps Porzingis, top 3 over here. Main guys over here for uses. Trae Young, it's the Brooklyn Nets. We're not going to have to overthink it. Trae, he's been playing amazing. 17 assists last time out, 21 actual points. He should be able to do that again here, going up against them. Opposing point guard so far. Only one that's had a really big game was Donovan Mitchell, but definitely within the cards. Kristaps Porzingis, if he's not limited or anything like that, and hopefully can push more towards 30 minutes, this is a spot he can dominate. We have seen opposing centers so far to start the year give us some really great and big games. 39, 74, and 41 fantasy points for a couple of these centers so far versus the Brooklyn Shitters, which has always been a spot that we've attacked versus them. And then Jalen Johnson, as long as he's out there, I love his upside. Of course, we know he's a stat sheet stuffer. He has a really good hit rate in regards to his RA, and then of course just the scoring. This dude is a force when he's out there on the court. I like the price tag for him right there, 8,200, not bad at all. It's safe to me coming off of Trae Young, going down to Jalen Johnson instead as a potential option. Definitely do not mind that at all. Dyson Daniels is going to be one of those spots where he racks up a good number of steals and things of that nature, but he really hasn't been able to pop truly out here with them. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's playing really great over here for them. Don't mind him at all. The price, the minutes that he's playing, his role, he knows what his role is. It's definitely a defined role. I love the upside for him right here for 200, not bad at all, especially if you can't get up to Trae Young. Makes sense to come down and buy for a Nickeil Alexander-Walker before you go to a Dyson Daniels over here instead. Onyeka Okongwu, he's there. Maybe that could be your pivot off of playing Kristaps Porzingis. Instead, you can go to Okongwu. That wouldn't be a bad option, but not something that I see myself necessarily going over to instead. For the flip side of things, looking at the Brooklyn Shitters, we already know that a lot of the usage and everything for Brooklyn is going to be between Michael Porter Jr., Cam Thomas. Both these guys, they got the green light to chuck. That's pretty much it. MPJ, 6,600, you're playing for hopefully that he's going to go out there and just knock down a bunch of threes at 6'6", really not going to get us anything else. Same thing for Cam Thomas. You're playing for him to just go out here and have a huge night scoring. That's what both these guys have to go out here and do. I don't necessarily see myself really getting too much over here on the Shitters when it comes down to it. I really don't even like anything off the bench for them. It's going to be really hard to even want to attack and play them as the year continues to progress and goes on. Sacramento Queens taking on the Chicago Bulls. They are on the second leg of a back-to-back. They played last night going up against Thunder. They took the L. I will say Sabonis, definitely nice, big, beautiful double-double, but his scoring was complete dog shit. If Sabonis had a regular night for them, they definitely did win that game. A ton of easy gimmies that he should have had that he did not have. But Sabonis 9K, not playing that for Sabonis at all. I don't see the consistency that we used to see. And then, of course, like I said, his assist numbers, they're way down. This is not triple-double Sabonis that we used to see. DeMar DeRozan going up against the Bulls, I don't mind it at all. Was definitely a firecracker last night. 19 actual points, 7 of 14. Did not shoot bad from the field to me from when I was watching on the game. If Russ is going to be out there in the starting lineup, I would say I would rather pay down here for the 4,500 for Russ. Definitely, it's going to be a mixed bag, because I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to shoot 4 of 8 from 3 again. But we do know he's aggressive on the glass. He can get those rebounds. He can play make and facilitate. And then, of course, he can get a couple of buckets whenever it comes down to it. I think that Russ being in the starting lineup hurts Dennis Schröder over everybody, just because that's going to take away from the assist upside, which really killed me last night, because I was high on Dennis Schröder's assist. I was very high on his assist. And then, hey, let's start Russell Westbrook. That I was like, bro, come on. Like that completely just derailed my whole night right there with that prop wise, not DFS wise. Malik Monk off the bench. I don't see myself paying 5,900 for him when there's some other better bench value. And then Zach LaVine, he would be, of course, the other option that you can go to besides DeMar DeRozan and besides Russell Westbrook that I would definitely have some interest in. Going up against his former Chicago Bulls definitely would be a spot to go ahead and attack and go with. Flip side of things, Chicago Bulls, Josh Giddey, Vucevic, Trey Jones, Buzelis. That is the main guys that we want to target over here for the Bulls. They have been playing some really, really, really great and amazing ball. And opposing guards, poison ones. They've been playing great. Josh Giddey, 8,800, not a bad price tag. I would rather play Josh Giddey than go ahead and pay up for like Kate Cunningham, because to me, they're almost the same player. Almost. Both of them lead their offenses. Both of them, of course, the rebounding, the assists, they're big guards, so on and so forth. Giddey, 8,800, definitely do see him having a better route to be able to get to 40 plus up to 50 fantasy points, even though he is sharing the court out there with Trey Jones, who has definitely seen an uptick in production so far to start the year. Long as he's starting and he's below 6,500, I don't mind pulling the trigger on Trey Jones. This is another great spot. The defensive upside to getting those steals. That's one of the great things about having Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup. You know someone is going to be able to go out there and snag a couple of steals and be able to run a nice fast break or something like that. Sacramento sucked in transition last night. They were horrible in transition matching up. Another player that really does stick out to me, Vucevic, the rebounding, the boards, that will be there for him going into this matchup again. I like it. 8,300. Definitely do not mind getting me some Vucevic, especially if he's going to continue to be as aggressive as what he has been so far to start the year, getting those shots, being in the paint, getting those rebounds, and then of course whatever you magically can get me on the defensive side. Again, it's Sacramento Queens. You should be able to get some type of defensive stats as well. Buzelis, he's there for 600. Definitely do not mind him or Kevin Huerter. Either one of these two would be decent, fine options to me to play. But of course, main guys are going to be Josh Giddey, Vucevic, Trey Jones. That'll be where I want to get to over here straight out the gate. Then we can look towards those secondary options over there. Indiana Pacers, definitely have to pay attention to the injury news, but need to know the starting lineup. Besides that, Pascal Siakam, he's like the best option you can get to over here for them. Just simply put, he's got the team. He's got all the usage. 260 bombs so far in the year. He's going to have to score. He's going to have to play point guard practically and try to play make for whatever scrap heap that he has out there. You don't have Mathurin. You don't have Nimberhard. You don't have Toppin now. This is crazy over here for the Pacers, but 8,400 for Pascal Siakam, I do not mind it, especially going up against a Dallas team that is still trying to figure it out with their big guards or whatever it is that they're trying to do. They're missing their centers out there for them. Definitely some boards will be able to be had for Siakam, pushing the break, those things like that. I do not mind going to Siakam. Ben Shepherd, if he gets to start, I just hope he knocks down his threes. If he gets to start, I hope he knocks down his threes. I don't mind looking towards Ben Shepherd, but we have talked about some other value that is better suited to take instead of going to a Ben Shepherd. Dennis, I know a lot of people were somewhat high on him last slate. If he starts again, I don't mind going to him. He definitely is great value, 3,800. He's going to be out there, win, lose. He will be out there on the court. I do not mind going to him at all as a potential option. And then Huff, you can mess with that. They did start him last time, but he only played 16 minutes. Just be really wary of that right there. Instead, I would look more towards Jarris Walker. That would probably be where I want to go to. They are very high on Jarris Walker. They gave him a good solid minutes, played over 25 minutes so far to start the year with all the injuries and everything that they got going on. And I imagine that Jarris is going to have to play a bit more minutes, especially with Obi Toppin being down. So that would be probably a better value than going towards a Huff over there. And don't forget, Wiseman is not on the team. Dude, I don't even know why anybody would be clicking James Wiseman as an option. Over here on the flip side of things for the Dallas Mavericks, no Lively, no Gafford. Anthony Davis, hey, I'm sorry. You don't want to play center. You're the center. AD 10-1, rightfully so, going versus the Pacers. Double-double is in the car as long as AD is aggressive and does what he does. I don't mind looking towards Anthony Davis. I will say 10-1 though. When I got the Joker on the slate, I would prioritize getting to the Joker if I got to be honest. Cooper Flag, officially only a point guard, only a point guard eligible. I don't see myself clicking on that name quite yet. I want to see him get a couple more games underneath his belt before I go there. I will say with the bigs being out, PJ Washington, he should play some decent burn. Definitely has a rebounding upside out there for that, especially with no bigs being there. I wouldn't mind getting to PJ as a potential option over here at that 6K price tag. That's not bad at all for what PJ can go out there and do. Same thing for Najee Marsh. This would be someone I imagine should have to get an uptick in minutes as well. Klay Thompson, he's there. That's it. I'm not going to mess with Klay Thompson. D'Angelo Russell, eventually they will start him. Eventually they will say, oh, shoot, we do need to just have a fucking point guard out there that can facilitate instead of trying to do what San Antonio did, 2-3 years ago with the whatever Sochan. Like, stop, please. You have a rookie trying to play point guard that is not a point guard. I don't see how worse it can be. If Max Christie gets to start again at 3,900, I would entertain it. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I will entertain it. Portland taking on Utah, Denny Avner, Shaedon Sharpe, Drew Holiday. These are the main guys that we want to look at over here. Drew Holiday's played amazing to start the year, 6,800, and he's dropped 46, 39, 37, 36. Going up against Utah now. Yes, please. That's it. Shaedon Sharpe, he has a really high usage, just hasn't shot the ball well. That's going to eventually turn around for him, and we're going to get one of those big games where he scores 25 plus points and does everything else that he's been doing out there. 6,900 is not a bad price tag to pay for him. I would say if I got to choose between the two, between Shaedon Sharpe and Drew Holiday, I would go Drew Holiday, especially if I'm playing like something single entry or your cash games or something like that. If you want the upside, then it would definitely be Shaedon Sharpe. Denny Avner, if you land there at the 8,500 price tag or you're in the 8K range last slot, definitely wouldn't mind playing Denny Avner. You could do way worse than that right there. Jeremy Grant, he's there. Definitely someone that you can look towards over there. Same thing for Kamara, but lower on the order in regards to plays that I think you need to get to over there for them. Utah Jazz, Lauri Markkanen. What the hell? What the hell? All right, so I guess Utah might finally be in the realm of let's try to win games this year. But Lauri Markkanen, man, 7,700 and going up against Portland, it's not the Portland of we're like, yeah, you know, we can take the power forwards, take their centers, take whatever going up against Portland. It's Portland. I'm not gonna say it's not that anymore. But Lauri, the usage that this guy has out there, it's definitely well worth messing with. But Keontae George, the ball is in this boy's hands a lot. And that assist upside, the double with the assist, man, I love that, especially from guards when you can get that double bonus out there for them, and especially if they can knock down some threes and play some decent defense as well. Keontae George, like the spot, do not mind going towards him if you can't get up to the Lauri Markkanen. It makes sense over there for me. Really not looking towards the Walker Kesslers of the world. I see that he has two 50 bombs out here for them. By all means, if you want to chase that, go right ahead. I probably would not be there. To me, the main two top plays that I want to get to will be Lauri Markkanen and Keontae George. Those will be the main two that I want to get to over here. I don't know. Ace Bailey looked good in preseason, but it's like they are definitely dogging that boy. They are definitely dogging that boy for sure. All right, guys, last game of the slate. If you guys have not done so already and hit that subscribe button, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss the content your boy drops over here. And drop a like on the video if you guys are enjoying it. Like I said, trying to get this done before I have to head out and drop the kids off for school and get to school myself. Pelican side of things, Zion, please play. If Zion does not play, maybe we get Fierce back in the starting lineup. Fierce did not look good last time out, but I will go right back to it. I think people might be scared off, but it's DFS. You got to see it one time, be like, all right, no. Some stuff we just got to erase. If Fierce gets started again, I definitely don't mind going towards Fierce, but if Zion is in, then of course I'm going to be looking towards playing Zion instead. Outside of Zion, maybe G Herbo, I can go to Poole. I definitely can go to Poole, especially if Zion is going to be out. Trey Murphy left a bad taste in my mouth last time, but I'm going to have to go right back to any of these guys. It all just depends on if we get the news on at least midday on what's going to go on with Zion. For the Denver Nuggets, really, it's the Joker, Jamal Murray. Both these guys are playing lights out. Jamal Murray is healthy. He looks healthy. He's playing like he's healthy, and he's playing dominant. And I actually don't think it's a bad thing to try to play both Joker and Jamal Murray finally, because we're seeing Joker go out here and drop 70 plus bombs on our heads, and Jamal Murray is getting out here getting 50. So it's actually okay to play them both at the same time this year. We finally have that grace back to us once again. So either one of those guys would be a really great option. Again, if Cam Johnson's going to be out, then Peyton Watson would be one I would imagine we'll see an uptick in his minutes. Tim Hardaway Jr. would be another one that we could see an uptick in regards to his minutes. Tim Hardaway Jr. did get a ton of those minutes last game when Cam went down. So definitely would be in the cards. Your deep value that I don't think anyone's going to really be focused or paying attention to would be Tim Hardaway Jr. That would be something that you could potentially get to over there on the slate. All right, right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Video's gonna be uploaded for you guys. Good luck to everybody. Core stuff will be out, of course, later on. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday next day. That's what's up.